A student-run, student-led string quartet. I have nothing to do with this. Well, that's not true. I mean, I have the keys, but they are the ones that we want to play music together. We want to pick our own songs. And the only time I ever interject myself is when they go, Mr. Arroyo, can you please come and listen to us play and give us feedback. That's the only thing I give them when they ask me to. This is all student-led. They decided to make music together, and that's why I want to make sure I share space with you, because this is so unique, so special to me as an educator to see young people come together on their own free time just to make memories and connections and community with each other. So that alone deserves a round of applause, for sure. So you're going to see four amazing individuals playing music together. That's again, student-led string quartet. And it's led by three amazing seniors and one amazing cool sophomore who doesn't act like a sophomore whatsoever. And unfortunately, this is going to be the last time these four people play together in this scenario. So I want you to experience the time they have together and share the experience with each other. And please welcome the Arroyo High School String Quartet.
Quartet. It's really hard to see you all. Tonight is, man, the three of us, our last year's, last spring concert here. So, what we'll do, right? We'll do a little roll call first, right? And I'll introduce you all to the four of us, right? Okay. My name is Marlon. Hello, guys! And then our second violinist today will be Justin. Everyone cheer it up for Justin! Our cellist tonight is Angelina Tran. Everyone give it up for Angelina! Now, three of us are seniors, and this is our second time playing, but we have a new violist. And man, he's a sophomore, but he's really good. His name, Nolan Wong. Everyone give it up. Now that you know all of us, our second piece tonight is "It's Over, Isn't It?" by Rebecca Sugar from the cartoon Steven Universe. Now, Steven Universe is a kiddie cartoon, but despite its really immature theme, there's also a lot of themes, right? It's a story about coming to age, where there's fantasy stuff like powers, gems, and powers in gems, right? But it has mature themes too, like adulthood, prejudice, war, and love. Now, this piece follows a story about Steven's caretaker, where she lost Steven's mother, who she loved very much. Now, throughout this piece, you're going to hear themes like war with marching sounds like doom, 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 doom. But then you also hear triplets, kind of to signify this yearning for that love again for Steven's mother. But it's all futile because, right, she's gone, she's passed away. And this character has to learn how to accept that and live on despite that fact. Now, we've all been practicing very hard, and especially in the midst of AP exams, I would really appreciate if you guys would just give it your all after we're done playing our pieces and really yell. You would love to hear that. Oh no, we would hate that. We would hate that. All right. I hope you all enjoy our rendition of "It's Over, Isn't It?" written by Rebecca Sugar.
songs, they both have a theme of heartbreak. Our first song is a hauntingly beautiful piece by Joji called Slow Dancing in the Dark that captures a feeling of heartbreak, isolation, and longing in a really raw and emotional way. And our second piece is from La La Land, which is our prom's theme. It's called Mia and Sebastian's Theme, and it captures the tenderness and bittersweet feeling of love and dreams in a fleeting moment. Here's Slow Dancing in the Dark and Mia and Sebastian's Theme.
Studio Ghibli films. So the first one we have here is Always With Me from the film Spirited Away. In this movie, there's a girl that goes on a journey. She loses her parents, but along the way she meets a lot of friends. And this song is to symbolize the friendship that she creates with her new friend. We hope you enjoy. This is our last piece, and man, I started the string quartet last year for last year's spring concert, and I just love all of our growth, and I'm so proud of everyone here. I'm so glad that I have all these talented musicians to play with me, man. I'm so blessed. And everyone just give another round of applause for all of these musicians. I will pass the torch to Nolan. Man, I hope you can keep this going. This is something really nice, and I'm really grateful to have you.
Hello? Marlon said a lot, so I'm not going to try to compete. For our last song, we'll be playing A Town with an Ocean View from Kiki's Delivery Service. The song is about a girl who just moved to a seaside town with an ocean view. So when you're listening to this, try to picture a town with an ocean view.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Arroyo High School String Quartet. We're going to take a quick set change and bring out the Arroyo High School Chamber Orchestra. We're going to play a little something for you as the orchestra comes on. So give us about 5 minutes. We'll do a set change. Please feel free to say hi to each other, by the way. Make friends. Give us 5 minutes.